that time. You're looking good.
And can I interject for just a second? Sean, what is your shoe size?
Thank you, Mr. Black. Meeting over to Mr. Ezra Richards.
Thank you, Mary Jane. We're coming to the candidates for magistrate. And we have on the list here Olivia Adams and Jamie Lou Moran. And we will address those in alphabetical order. And I'll come back up to introduce Jamie if she will follow Olivia. Would you do that, please?
You want us to come up together?
No. You may talk too long, so she'll have to have a rest.
Well, that's why I was going to bring her up, so I didn't have to talk so long. Good evening. I am Olivia Adams, and I am finishing my first term. Thankful to all of you for voting for me as magistrate. I have been in Doddridge County all my life. My parents are self-employed, and my husband is self-employed. He also drives a bus. He's way back there in the back trying to hide, because he's probably afraid I'm going to say something about it. This job was a big decision for me. I've always wanted to do something within the county, because this county means a lot to me. Everybody grows up with a certain skill set, things that they're better prepared for. Throughout my entire life, throughout school, most of the organizations that I belonged to were organizations that helped people, that listen to people, and that help explain things. A lot of those things are not even a part of the school system now. Some of them probably need to be. My mother was actually the one that called me about this position when it came open to let me know that Magistrate Davis was retiring. And she knew that this was something that she thought that I would be fit for. And getting a vote of confidence like that from your own mother, I have to take a lot, sit back and think about that. Then you have to take a step back and think, okay, do I have enough confidence in myself? And is this where I'm supposed to be? So of course, through a lot of that comes a lot of prayer. And I did that before I even talked to my husband about it. Because this is not something as an elected official that you do alone. Your family does it with you. We do have 2 small children, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. So I do have to rely on my family in order to be able to do this job. Because we are on call. Right now we're able to work 7 days on, 7 days off, but when you're on 24 hours. So you can walk out your door, 15 minutes later, walk right back in. So you have to have that family behind you to be able to be prepared for those events when they happen. And that's all the time, because you never know. It's feast or famine. You may have good days, you may have days. I've been in the office till 10:30 at night and turn right back around, come in the office at 2:15 in the morning. And that's what you have to be ready for. People wanted to ask me a lot of questions when I was campaigning. Why would you want a job like this where you're passing judgment on people? Well, I'm not passing judgment on anybody. This job is regulated by the state. You have to follow the laws. When you go into that courtroom, you personally do not go into that courtroom. You walk into that courtroom and you listen to the situation. The officers give you their information, the prosecutor gives you their information, the defendants and their attorneys give their information, and you have to sit down and see what actually is relevant to the case. You have to sit down and see what decision needs to be made. You have your high, you have your low. What's this person facing at home? There's a lot of things that's involved in making the determinations that you make. So definitely prayer before you go into the courtroom is something that you need to do. A lot of times when you come out, you have to sit and think to make that decision because you're affecting that person's life. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with them. So that's how I have served for the last almost 4 years, and that's how I will continue to serve with your guys' vote, and I appreciate it. Thank you.